Welcome to the latest edition of NC Sports Weekly News, where the water sports season never ends. In the lineup, man overboard in the Pacific for the Clipper race, and all is well thanks to proper training and a quick response. The spectacle of sails is full on as the Superyachts bring the beauty out of Virgin Gorda. America's Cup 35 update. Loick Peyron confirmed on Artemis. A special chat with senior correspondent Szambecki. Tomorrow's Pro Generation today. The Surfing Junior World Championships are happening now in Salinas, Nicaragua. U.S. College Sailing. The St. Mary's Seahawks take the coveted Szambecki Team Race back to Maryland. The Dragons land in San Remo, the European Championships with classic yacht expert Michel Dejoie on location for NC Sports. NC Sports, plunge into the action.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. This is Charlie Fisher 30, Charlie Fisher 30.
The breaking news came over the wires early in the week from Irish yacht to Derry, Londonderry in the Pacific Ocean. Andrew Taylor, 46 years old from London, was performing a sails change in rough weather with 35 knots of wind while on day 14 of race 10 in the Clip Around the World race, now heading from Qingdao, China to San Francisco in the USA. The sailor, according to pro skipper Sean McCarter, went over the side after midnight. Man overboard operations began immediately, and in spite of the severe and prohibitive sea conditions, Taylor was successfully brought back on board after a 1.5-hour procedure. The sailor was wearing his life jacket and is reportedly in good health. Race for non-professionals, crew members in the Clipper race underwent a strict selection process from over 4,000 candidates, including extensive survival drills. Masterminded by sailing legend Sir Robin Knox Johnston, this most recent event testifies to the high level of the race conductor's professionalism. With the sailing season now in full swing in the Caribbean, a fleet of 20 of the world's top superyachts met in Virgin Gorda for the Loro, Piana, Regatta, and Rendez-vous. This is one race that no one wants to miss, and the southeasterly 14 to 70 knot breeze held up throughout the 3-day event, offering spectacular racing on mixed courses that dotted the British Virgin Islands. Several top pros came to the yacht club Costa Esmeralda and its tropical outpost here on Virgin Gorda. Volvo Ocean Race veteran Boe Becking called tactics on Don McPherson's Freya, and America's Cup heroes Brad Butterworth and Francesco De Angelis were also on board PG Loro Piana's 40-meter Rainbow, specially chartered for the occasion. Among the division winners, the 34-meter Baltic Nilaya dominated Class A with 2 wins and a second place. Identical scores for the Swan 90 Freya that took a Class B, while in Class C, Moonbird took the win by a single point.
Welcome to the office. A special guest with me this evening, a real yachting legend, a great sailor, Loick Peyron, who will talk to us about his new adventures. Hi Loick, where are you at the moment and what are you doing?
I am in Alameda, California, next to San Francisco. I was fortunate enough to spend a full year here with Team Artemis Racing. It's really a great place.
So Loick, you have been signed up by Artemis Racing for the 35th America's Cup?
Indeed, I have. Officially since a few days. We obviously talked about it for a few months. There are many reasons for it, but the first and foremost is that they asked me, which is really nice.
Therefore, Loic, what exactly are you going to do with Artemis?
As usual, a bit of everything. I like to do a bit of everything. I often say that my main specialty is to be a generalist. But more specifically, I'm the second helmsman, so I'll have to break Nathan Outrageous' legs if I want to replace him from time to time.
And you guys have already started sailing with the AC-45s?
Yes, sailing has already begun. We launched our 2 boats here a few hours ago. We did our first training session towards the next America's Cup. I'm not implying that we have to learn everything again, but the goal in this sailing game is to actually go yacht racing earlier on.
How do you set up a team when, in all honesty, there has been so little information, at least for the public? It must be hard.
Well, hang on, yes, it can be complex, but the difference between the general public and those who are a little more involved is obviously the level of information available. So it allows us to have sometimes fairly vague and sometimes quite precise ideas on what to expect. So we are standing still, waiting for the protocol to be released. On the contrary, we try to anticipate, and we fortunately have enough information, which I'll keep for myself, of course.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. It's the name of the game anyway. One design element.
Yes, that's right. This is following a genuine request from the Australians, the challenger of record. There is less experience and a smaller budget there. And to be honest, one design could, for example, 1, bring the boats closer together, and 2, reduce the costs significantly. If tomorrow we were told that all wings would be identical and built in China, we won't need to bring any army of engineers to design them.
We will obviously follow this very carefully, but then there is something else with you, Loic. You are Virtual Regatta's ambassador, and you have a project.
Oh yeah, plenty of them. With my friend Philippe Guignet and all the Virtual Regattas players, I would like to invite the community to discover something. Keeping in mind that this is just a project, and it shouldn't be taken for granted yet. So I'd like everyone to discover what is an AC-72, our old catamaran, those jet fighters we had last time here, and why not imagine, and that's the beauty of virtual sailing, we can dream of anything, go and cross an ocean. So not the Atlantic, because we do that every day, but why not the Pacific? Since we are here in San Francisco, so I'd like to welcome everybody to virtually take off from Alameda with the AC-72 Artemis. I know it's a silly project I have, but why not sail across the Pacific and pay a visit to the challenger of record?
Là pour une fois je vais barrer. C'est une petite idée idiote que j'ai eue, mais aller saluer les challengers au record, nos copains australiens qui ont relevé le défi et qui vont représenter tous les challengers.
Well, look, thank you very much for this great chat together.
Thanks to you. We were a bit long, but that's all right.
Thank you, and good night.
In other top water sports, the International Surfing Association is now hosting the World Junior Surfing Championships in Visla, Ecuador. Girls and boys in the under 18 and under 16 categories are now battling it out on La Faye Beach in Salinas for a 10-day surfing fiesta in true ISA style. The top competition in the world for juniors, with more than 300 of the best surfers from over 30 countries. World titles are up for grabs, both for individual performances and national team results. Hawaiians are now defending their 2013 supremacy with Josh Moniz, Mahina Maeda, and Tatiana Weston-Webb. Stay tuned to NC Sports Weekly News for complete results. The board's season is full on, and also coming up from ISA will be the Stand-Up Paddle World Championship, starting next month in Granada, Nicaragua. With a stiff northerly breeze pumping 20 knots and with gusts up to 28, the Szambecki Team Race was a complete success on the racecourse of Old Dominion University. 8 teams came to Norfolk for this season classic held on the Flying Juniors by the USA's Intercollegiate Sailing Association, including Yale, Stanford, Georgetown, Dartmouth, the Naval Academy, College of Charleston, Maryland St. Mary, and the hosting team. The Seahawks from St. Mary's University certainly came out fighting and took overall victory thanks to a 76% success ratio in the 87 races completed. Yale's Bulldogs grabbed second position while the Stanford Cardinals secured the last spot on the podium by pushing back the Charleston Cougars. More college sailing from the USA coming up in the next NC Sports editions.
Le championnat d'Europe des Dragons s'est déroulé cette année du 24 au 30.
The 2014 Dragons European Championships made their way here to Sanremo, Italy, and with 19 boats from 23 nations, the event resembled a real world championship. The Australians came, so did the New Zealanders and the Americans, Emiratis, Russians, as well, of course, all the other European countries.
Et aussi, évidemment, tous les autres pays européens. Les conditions météo ont été particulièrement difficiles.
Weather conditions were especially tough, but well managed by the race committee of the Yacht Club Sanremo. That's because the city here is influenced to the west by the weather patterns of the Gulf of Lyon, and to the east by those incoming from the Gulf of Genoa.
Très compliqué l'installation d'un parcours.
This translated into very unstable winds, which complicated the procedures for setting up the race course. Still, the committee succeeded in completing 6 beautiful regattas. In top results, victory went to the Dane Lars Hendrickson, who was followed by 2 sailors flying the Emirates flag. One was helmed by German sailor Marcos Wieser, the other by the Ukrainian Yevgen Brazlavit. The other big appointment for the Dragon class will be next year in La Rochelle for the World Championship.
À La Rochelle avec le championnat du monde.
Also coming soon on Nautical Channel, a special half-hour presentation on these gorgeous and thrilling Europeans in Sanremo. And for all offshore sailing fans out there, the new race course, the new one designed VOR 65, and the full background on the upcoming Volvo Ocean Race, premiering on this Saturday's new edition of Top Story, only on Nautical Channel. Plunge into the action with NC Sports.